Hey, once again, it's your boy Mac 357. This is the Evening Experience Radio Show. 7 to 9 on Thursday. Goes down right here in the boudoir until COVID is over. Now, we're a little bit early today. We're going to be talking with the one and only Speech. Speech is going to be coming on momentarily from Arrested Development. And we're going to be talking with him about his incredible journey out in the world for all of the hip-hop heads that are out there. And Yasha, what's up? Everybody that's popping in and live. Once again, it's your boy Mac 357. This is the Evening Experience Radio Show, 7 to 9 on Thursday. We're starting a little bit early, but it's going down. What's up, everybody? Paula the Gift, everybody that's popping in and live. Appreciate y'all being here. Now, we're going to be talking with, and as I said, Speech from Arrested Development. He should be here momentarily. Now, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, but we're getting it in. It's going to be incredible. Speech is already here. We're going to bring him in. And we're going to have an incredible time. Matter of fact, I hit accept. There we go. What's up, sir?
What's up, bro? What's up? What's up?
Listen, once again, it's your boy Mac 357. I'm letting you know the incredible, the incomparable Speech from Arrested Development is here. 2-time Grammy Award winners are in the building. And I want to tell you how incredible it is to have such an iconic figure, a young man that has done it out in the world and given us something to look forward to, as well as to, as African Americans, aspire to be in music. Always incredible as far as giving us and uplifting our community. So I appreciate that, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Shout out to Tony Monrell. Shout out to my man Eldris. Yeah, shout out to some folks here. I'm seeing some folks joining on. That's love.
I know you and another one of the members started Arrested Development, but what was the mindset when you first wanted to put this group together? What was the ideology? What was like, it felt like you were developing a group as Malcolm did with the Muslim Brothers. It felt like you were doing like Martin Luther King did. It felt like y'all said, we're tired of dealing with some of the ills in society, some of the hate, some of the wrong things that even our people do.
Yeah.
And they were like, we need to speak on this.
Yeah. No, you hit it on the nail, bro. Like when we first started, the whole goal, you know, we chose the name Arrested Development. It was to see that we were in a state of arrested development as a people. A lot of it, other people's faults from oppression and so on and so forth. Some of it our fault. And either way, we wanted to fight against it. So the whole point of using that name was like as a reminder of what we're fighting against. And, you know, it's rare that, you know, groups come together with an intent other than to just make music. So we wanted to make music, that was definite, but we also wanted to change the narrative and broaden the narrative of hip hop music and of who we are as a people. Like we wanted to change that, you know what I mean? Because there was a lot of, even back then, it's gotten worse now, but there was a lot of perception of who we are as a people. And it was, a lot of it was negative, you know what I mean? And from media, I'm saying, like, and from music and from various other sources. And hip hop was even being taken over with that view for a while. So we wanted to come with something different. Yeah, so it was very intentional stuff.
And I love the intent that you had because it showed, once again, as a people, we can come together from all different walks of life. You know, you had an older gentleman in the group. You had a young lady in the group who was performing African dance. You had hip hop. You had all of these different elements that can unify to have a similar outlook to show that we can, as a people, come together and create a sound that can touch the world and give, you know, if you want to say hope to people who may not have it, or to help people who may not have that consciousness at that moment to start the wheels to turning to go, you know, we as a people, we need to stop this. We need to, you know, for the people out there who is dealing, I know they slinging, trying to make their, you know, but y'all need to understand what you're doing to your own people.
Exactly. Yeah, bro. I mean, you know, like in hip hop, a lot of perception at the time was you make music for your block or your borough. But
Right.
anybody that's been in this industry for a minute, you realize that it's way beyond that. So now your music is actually reaching people in Africa. It's reaching people in the far stretches of Europe and, you know, Asia. And so your music is reaching more than just the block or the borough. So when you start to take sort of the bull by the horns as far as your music, and you be intentional about, okay, well, what is some of the things that we could do with this tool right now? Because to my knowledge, to this very day, hip hop is still the biggest export that Black people from America export, meaning product. Other than sports, entertainment in general, but music even bigger than that. So like music is in every far corners, whereas sports players and the things that we do in the sports arena is not in every single far corner. You know, people, as you travel the world, some people aren't into basketball in America like they are in what they would call football or soccer in their country. So music, on the other hand, everywhere. Like you could go to the farthest stretches of the rainforest or the bush and they don't know who Tupac is. They don't know who Arrested Development is or who, you know, Biggie is or whatever. So you realize that this is, for decades now, this has been way beyond just our block and our borough or repping for our city. I'm not saying you can't rep your city. I'm just saying what your intention is beyond that too. So rep your city by all means, but we are also reaching people way beyond that. And as a people who have been oppressed, I think it's extremely important to use this tool as one of the things to help people become aware, help unite people throughout the world, especially our own people. So yeah.
And what killed and what he's telling is, you know, 100% true. I've seen people in Japan who, some of them don't even speak English,
Yeah,
but singing everyday people.
yeah.
This
I
is,
see it all the time. All the time.
mind blowing that he's right. Like, no matter what you're putting out, whether you're talking about your block, whether you're talking about whatever, it facilitates to show you that you are in the far reaches of that world.
Yep.
It's putting out the hood is the hood.
Right.
Got the women pull up, smoke up.
Yep.
Then you're going, so you're telling them that's how we are as a people. So it's funny how you say that, because when I went to England years ago, my first time ever,
yeah,
had on a shirt, said New York. First thing the kid said was, yo, I'm down with it. Yo, what up? I said, stop talking like that. We don't talk. They looked at me like I had two heads. Like, oh, he can talk.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Like that. I said, stop watching rap videos. We don't talk like that. I said,
I've had Japanese people, like, we've been in we toured Japan a lot, and there was a Japanese fan that was like, came up to Tasha LaRae, one of our members, and he was like, yo, my nigga. And he had no idea that he had said anything offensive or anything. In his mind, he speaks a whole nother language. So for him, he just hears the word nigga, nigga, nigga in a lot of different songs.
Right.
And he's wanting to try to relate. That's all he was doing. He had no understanding of the politics, the history, the nuance, you know, whether it's a N-I-G-G-A or N-I-G-G-E-R, none of that stuff. That's a whole nother culture to him. So for him, he's just trying to relate. So he sees black people. We're from America. We're a hip hop crew. What's up, my nigga? And I'm like, wow, we don't understand the power of words, right, and what it does throughout the planet, and how it changes perceptions of who we are, what we're about, and what we want to be about. So yeah, it's definitely a big deal.
Yeah, me, I'd have snatched them up by the collar. Let me explain something to you. We don't call each other that.
Yeah, he would have been totally like what? You guys say this all the time. Like, that's what he would have said.
Yeah, yeah.
What did I say wrong? Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever heard this rap group say that?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Wrong rap group.
Yeah. But see, those are the nuances that someone from a whole nother culture, they don't get those nuances, and they don't even get the language. So even if we explain the nuance in a song or in an interview, they don't understand the English. Most of the people in Japan speak Japanese, so they're not, you know what I'm saying, they're not understanding all this nuance. They just sort of get the rhythms and the vibes of what we're putting out there. you know?
Well, and I say the Japanese culture, but there are, maybe not in Chinese and Mandarin, but in the Japanese culture, they do teach English as a second language. The reason why is because they do a lot of business with America.
They do.
So facilitate to want to have their business people, as they're going through the ranks or whatever the case may be,
Yep.
able to articulate and connect with and be able to speak. Listen, your dollar not good enough. Spend more.
Yeah.
They want you to be able to say that without practice.
Yeah.
If I say it in my language, you ain't gonna get it.
Yeah.
Let me speak like this. You a little bit being cheap. Spend more money.
Exactly.
But but with that being the case, and now that y'all stepped into the world, you gave the world a voice, you gave the opportunity. 3 of the top songs, of course, Tennessee, and People Ordinary. And a lot of people say Ordinary People, but you have it written as People Ordinary.
Oh, People Every Day. People Every Day.
Yeah. And Mr. Wendell.
Yeah.
Y'all plateaued to the highest realm. There wasn't I was a young man at the time myself when listening to it. And I'm pretty sure we're about almost in the same age bracket.
53 for me.
Okay, so we're not. You're about 5 years older than me. But I'm 48. How did it feel everywhere you went, everywhere, hearing your song everywhere? It's like you walk, you used to going around to the store, and then everybody like, hey, that's me. And you're like, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
How did it feel?
It feels, multi feelings. One of them is amazing, right? But the other one is odd and weird. The third one is that this is your first album. So you don't have a chance to get acclimated. If you can imagine getting in the pool and it's freezing cold, usually most people will dip their toe in and then they'll sort of dip their foot in. We didn't have that opportunity. This was our first album, first ever thing. So everything was new to us. The fame aspect, the business aspect of the music industry, trying to deal with record labels, marketing campaigns, and like everything was brand new for us. It was the first time out. So that, and add to that, 21 years old, 20 years old. Our youngest member was 16. So that's Ishi, the dancer. So, I mean, you look at the age we was at, and also everything that was thrown on our backs. It was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. But a part of it was exhilarating and amazing too. You know what I mean? So, but I'll tell you this, like, I pray all the time. And one of the things I pray for is I don't want fame. Like, we just released a brand new album. We're loving it. It's exciting. And I don't want fame like Arrested Development had back in the 90s anymore. That's not my dream. My dream is to have respect from the fans. My dream is to have peers that dig what we're doing and understand it. And definitely we want to sell records to some extent, but we don't. Yeah. So, I mean, to answer your question, it was exciting. It was all those other feelings, you know what I'm saying? But it was also weird.
Yeah, got you. That I can understand.
Yeah.
Young lady has a question. It's Miss Sunshine Day One. Her question is: my grandma loved your group. What juke joint blues and R&B legends influence you?
For me personally, I don't remember a lot of names. So it's funny because I sample a lot of these crews and I don't remember a lot of the names. But to be honest, a lot of that music influences me a lot. So like if you hear the first album, 3 Years, 5 Months, 2 Days in the Life of, which your grandmother probably loved, Sunshine. So like the song Mama's Always on Stage, I sampled that joint. And that was like my respect for the blues era, but especially the early blues, you know what I'm saying? Like that stuff moves me, man. Like that stuff to me is raw and real and gritty and earthy. And that's what I love. Like that's the music that moves me the most. So yeah, it's a lot of those crews. I rarely get asked that question and I forget names, but yeah, I love that stuff a lot.
What it is for me is the fact that y'all haven't lost a step or a sound or anything that you've done.
Thank you.
I see that you got a new song out with Big Daddy Kane.
Yeah. Vibe.
How does it feel to have another legend come on a track with y'all and put that stamp on it, that stank on it, as they say? Because when I listen to it and I see the video for it, the treatment, if you want to say,
Yeah.
is y'all took me once again. You may not want that vibe back, but bruh, I'm like, this is that sound.
No, we love the sound. We love the sound. We love the music of that era. Like, so to answer that question, it was amazing at Big Daddy Kane. And we realized, like, there is a market of hip hop lovers that are not being catered to. So the young folks got trap music, and if you dig that as an older person, that's fine. But then meanwhile, a lot of us grew up on a different style and a different sensibility. We grew up on bars, being able to understand the bars, a mixture of gangster, righteous, and everything in between. We grew up on certain boom bap styles of hip hop. That's not an old style. It's just a style of hip hop. It's not old or new. It just is what it is. Just like
it's the
certain
origin.
styles of, exactly, certain styles of rock music, they're not old or new. They're just styles. You know what I'm saying? Like, so for a lot of us that love hip hop music, we are not being catered to with music anymore. So we're striving to make music in that vein. I love that style of music. The fame part is what I could do without, but the music and the vibe is everything. Like, so it was great to have my dude Kane on here. Now, I've known Kane for a lot of years. We did shows together with me, him, and KRS-One back in probably 15, 20 years ago. And so I knew him from back then. And I hit him up because for me, like, the song Vibe has is produced by my man Configure over in the UK, fantastic producer. And he and I were talking, like, who could do a verse on this joint? And one of the thoughts that I had was, I thought about CL Smooth. I thought about Big Daddy Kane, because to me, the music was just that. It just had this vibe, no pun intended. And so when Kane called me back on this, it was like a golden moment, because I was like, let's make this happen. Then for him to be able to come to the video shoot was magic, because he had a tour with himself, Rakim, KRS-One, my man Kwame, and Kumo D. Well, they had a show in Atlanta. So we recorded the song. Then he came to Atlanta to do this show, and I got him in the video shoot. We set up a place where it was sort of close by where his show was, got him in. He came in. I said, dude, we'll get you in and out in an hour. We probably got him in and out in about an hour and a half. It was set up for him, ready for him, and it was like quick and easy. And this was right after his sound check. Then he asked me to do the show with him that night. So we had a special moment where he was rocking Symphony. And at the end of Symphony, he said, yo, I said, yo, Speech, I believe that's me. Get on the mic for the Symphony. And I did my joint right there. So it was like a beautiful night, you know what I'm saying? Just all in all. So it was a great experience. Yeah.
Bruh, y'all, I literally went to a time when y'all first came out, when I heard it. And I was like, this is that sound.
Yeah,
that
thank you, man.
Through forever will be one of the most beautiful and incredible sounds and music that I've ever heard. And I was so elated that our people are able to see the incredible, the incomparable group that y'all are.
Thank you,
that
bro.
gave y'all the incredible movement that y'all created. And still to this day, you know, when I want to get righteous, I'm putting it on.
Come on.
You know, I'm feeling that our people are being tortured and dismayed and wrong. I put it on.
Yeah, yeah. I love that. I love that. Love that. Kings, Queens.
Because
shout out to my man JG Biggs too, by the way. So go ahead.
If they want an anthem,
yeah,
as you know, we marching. If you're saying Black Lives Matter movement, you want that movement, you got to have y'all as the theme music. You know, like they said, a new not New Jack City, but I'm gonna get you, sucker.
Yeah.
Every hero must have his theme music. Well,
exactly.
Y'all are our theme music for the actual culture, for our because there was nobody at that time when y'all came out, because KRS-One was before y'all.
Yeah, before us. Yeah.
The rap groups that were before y'all that had that consciousness to speak. And of course, the teacher was still speaking and
Yeah.
and definitely rocking, but he wasn't, you know, mainstream at that moment because of the fact that he was in an era that came before y'all.
Yeah.
But y'all were that group that gave us that mindset. Now, there's another young man in here that has
While you're looking that up, I want to say, you know, that's true. Like, we literally want to make music that is a soundtrack for revolution, that is a soundtrack for evolution too, for fundamental changes, just to give us motivation. You know what I'm saying? Like, we want to have music like what's going on by Marvin Gaye was during the 60s and during all the protests, and what, you know, Sam Cooke's music was, you know what I'm saying? Like, the change gonna come. You know, these songs are important to give us the energy we need and to give us the reaffirmation that we can do this. Those songs are important, and same with ours. And so I feel like we march in the same pathway as a PE or KRS-One or X-Clan or Paris, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, we march in that same road. We all have different ways of approaching the music, but we're all on the same road of striving to accomplish the same goals. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I see this.
The young man's question was simply, what Latin hip hop groups do you listen to, if anything?
Yeah. I'm bad with names. So I listen to way more music than what I save their names. And I may even sample the stuff. I might do all of that. So I don't remember names right now, but put it this way. If they have some stuff that they feel I really need to get hip to, hit me up. DM me on IG, speech__, because I like hearing new stuff. And to be honest, that's one of the gripes I have with the music industry, is it's tough to discover new music. You can look for it on your own, but I'm a busy dude. I can't always do that. So if there's great music out there, I wish there was other ways that we could all get it discovered, because that's the important missing piece. So if someone has some joints that they think is hot that they want me to hear from the Latin world, I'm down. I'd love to hear
it. What I like about you also is the fact that not only did you carry on the legacy, not only did you carry on the torch, because like I said, vibes gives me once again that ideology of what music is and the process of where we need to be.
I love that. Yeah, thanks. I'm looking too.
Yeah. Said, how am I going to interview you and I have a Skelly on? Yeah, the reason why is because I like hats. My bad. I'm a big guy. I don't wear too many Scullys. But, my dome looks better in a hat than Scully. I go for what looks good. My bad. Next time.
It's funny. I actually talk about that a little bit on our new album, For the F in Love. I talk about that in a song called Unity, UNITY. So that's funny that they're talking about Scullys and hats.
Shout out to Corporal AK, shout out to Vanilla, shout out to Unapologetically, Candidly Apologetically out in Canada. So everybody, there's a lot of people all over the world and different places that are watching us, and I appreciate y'all. She said, "Speech, Mac." Yeah, we here. And I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to do this. And the work that you'll have put in, going back to it, how did it feel being honored with a Grammy? How did it feel walking up there, receiving not one, but 2 trophies that stated that not only like "Mama, I made it," but the culmination of your work meant something? And I know that it meant something regardless whether or not there was a statue that said it, but the fact is that you facilitate to have something that says you did the work, in which was, quote unquote, it showed that people, like, they really like me.
Yeah. I mean, it was incredible, bro. Because let me just say, I grew up in a generation where I watched the Grammys every year. As a kid, before Arrested Development, I would watch the Grammys every year. I remember seeing Herbie Hancock and Grand Mixer DST, and they was rocking Rocket, the song Rocket.
Yeah.
And these were moments that in my memory that are pivotal moments for me. Like when I saw someone scratching for the first time, it was on the Grammys. I didn't live in New York, so I'm from Milwaukee initially. So we didn't have people, we didn't see the birth of hip hop. We just were fans of it and loved it. So I guess my point is that to grow up watching the Grammys since, I was young, and then being on there and getting one, hell yeah, it meant everything. It meant a lot, because like I said, it was a music show dedicated to what I love so much, was the arts, the music arts. And if there becomes another show that is comparable, I would support that too. So it's not really just like Grammys in and of itself. It's a show that is supposed to be giving an award to peers for the creativity they do. And as an artist, that's always going to be important to any true artist. You're going to want other artists and other people that appreciate the art to want to give you props for what you've contributed. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, it was absolutely breathtaking. And I will say, similar to what I said earlier in this interview, I said it was our first album. So a lot of this was very much like a tornado. And I talk about this on the song called We Are Not in Kansas on the new album, because it was very much like a tornado for us. There was a lot happening at the same time. We were nominated for 7 Soul Train Music Awards.
Yes.
We got one that same year. We were nominated for American Music Award. We were nominated for and won 2 MTV Awards. So my point is like the award shows, it was similar to Lauryn Hill's when she racked up that 1 year off of the Miseducation album. It's like you just was going from award show to award show. So it was overwhelming. But 30 years removed from that date, because next year will be 30 years from when we won our Grammy.
Wow.
Not next year. The year after that will be 30 years, 2023. And it still means something. Like the Grammy to this very day is still something that I'm proud of and the crew is proud of. So yeah, I mean, it means a lot.
Shout out to Corporal AK. He said you are a pillar in the hip hop community.
Salute, brother.
He's currently played out there on Sirius XM Rock the Bells radio.
Salute to Rock the Bells too, man. Thank you.
His daughters, the reason for the song is called Lyric and Harmony. That's the name of his daughters, Lyric and Harmony.
Word up. Nice.
He's a dope rapper. He's done a lot of things. Billy Dance, Mac Wiles.
Word up.
Papoose.
Nice. Nice. Salute.
What it is for me is the fact that you not only are still developing and still creating and still, one of your guys said, and I quote,
Knuckles, what's up, bro? Salute.
Which of the new tracks are you looking forward to playing on the tour and hoping that the UK leg finally happens?
Me too.
Fingers crossed.
We were supposed to do a whole UK and Europe tour last year, and it got postponed because of COVID. I'm actually sort of happy because I think it would have ended up getting canceled while we were on the tour. So the good news is it got canceled or postponed, I should say, before we actually left America. I think it would have ended up getting canceled while we were there. So I'm sort of glad we're going to push it back. This year coming up, 22, we're going to go back. We're planning to go there from April to June. So it's going to be crazy. Plus, we got the new album. So to be honest, we're going to perform tons of songs from this new album. New album's called For the Effin' Love. It's available tomorrow on every streaming service. Right now, it's available on Bandcamp only, but you can get it today on Bandcamp. And I suggest people go to Bandcamp if you're not familiar with it. It's great for artists. Like, it's a great format for artists. But shout out to my man Bumpy Knuckles. We Are Not in Kansas. I was just shouting out our song. My man Freddie Fox, legendary Freddie Fox, is on that song. We Are Not in Kansas, and he's joining us today. I just want to always give love to my man. So Yeah, I mean, we're gonna rock a lot of joints from that. And if I have it my way, when we're in the cities of some of the guests, because we got Sugar Hill Gang on this record, my man Freddie Fox, Master
Wow.
Ace, Big
Wow.
Daddy Kane. We
Wow.
got G Love from Philly. We got Del P from Philly. We got so many people. Moni Love's on this record. I mean, so many people. Tony Monrell from the UK is on this record. Shout out to you. I know you was joining us earlier. So it's a lot of people on this record. I'm probably forgetting some. King Crooked, my man King Crooked's on here. So when we're in their towns, and if they're there, I'm gonna ask them to rock with us, because I mean, these records are too important. So they're gonna take up a lot of our set. We'll obviously do classics like all the stuff from 3 Years, 5 Months, and Zinga Lamaduni, and all of this stuff. But we got a lot of work to do. So we're gonna be putting in some good time on the stage. You know what I mean?
Big shouts out to Bumpy Knuckles, Freddie Fox, once again,
Yeah.
superstar legend.
Superstar, legend, legendary.
I want to ask you about today's music. And I'm pleased. Now I'm gonna use this from the singer. And she said this: there's 3 ways in which you can support. And that's for everybody that's here, and tell the world. 1 is to buy the album.
Yeah, definitely.
2nd is to stream it.
Yeah.
And if there's any videos, watch them.
Yep.
That's the 3 ways in which you can support. And that's the way in which you help the actual artist. Streaming is great, but it doesn't pay the bills.
No.
It gives you a smidget of money.
Very smidget.
But it creates a process where a lot of people are listening to it, and that's great.
Yeah.
But it doesn't support. In the sense of, as far as them being able to do these tours, making the music. So make sure that you actually take the opportunity and buy the actual album.
And can I add 2 more things to that? Because you said 3 great ones. I'll add share.
Yes.
Share. Because discovery is so hard, share the music with your friends. Like, yo, if you dig it, tell your friends, this new Arrested Development album, For the Effing Love, is crazy, or whatever. Share it. And then lastly, buy a ticket to the show. Because a lot of artists, when we do, great music and we're about to rock it live and it's going to be ridiculous, we need folks. Kufnat, shout out, my brother. We need folks to come to the show, support it. All of that makes the machinery go round. And I guarantee if you do that, you'll get more of this music that you're loving and craving. You'll get way more of it, because a lot of the corporate people and the people that book some of these shows, they only care about that. So if they're getting that green, then they'll do it. Even if it doesn't matter too much about what the content is. To some extent, they'll do a lot of it. So it really is a lot more up to us than we think.
Miss Sunshine Day 1 says, would you ever do a versus? And if so, who would you do it with?
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping to do a versus. You know what I'm saying? So let me say, Swiss Beats, you and your queen was just rocking the people every day recently. It seemed like it was on a yacht somewhere. Y'all were having a good time to our music. Remember us, because we would love to do a versus. And to be honest, we would do it against anybody. There literally is nobody that we wouldn't want to do a versus against. Now, mind you, we're not a battle group, right? So for me, it's really going to end up being about the appreciation of the music, but we're going to come with it either way. And so whoever it is, we have no fear. We have no problems. It's like, let's go. Let's have fun. Let's do this music. Because that's, to me, it would just be a fantastic medium for exposure. Because I have a feeling there's going to be millions and millions of people that are going to, first of all, realize we're back and doing music. Second of all, that we're a beast with it. And third of all, that our live show is crazy. So, like, I feel like we can't lose no matter who we go against. People have mentioned De La. They've mentioned The Roots. People have mentioned Diggable Planets. People have mentioned a lot of groups that we should go against. And to me, like I said, it's all good. It doesn't matter who it is. We would just like to do it.
I can see De La Soul.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, to me, it's all good. Either which way. It'd be fine with me.
That's funny. I haven't rhymed since I was a kid. So that wouldn't be me.
Somebody said you, right? He's like, no.
Yeah, back in the day I had bars, not now.
Right.
I know my lane and I stick with it. You being I'm gonna say this. You know, they got the Guardians of the Galaxy. You being one of the Guardians of hip hop.
Come on, I like that. I'm down with that.
I need you to take back hip hop.
Yeah.
I need you to get the rest of the Guardians together
Yeah.
and back, because I'm tired of our culture being almost trashed, stumped on, and not cared about, because these, and I'm not saying everyone, but
Yeah,
these
exactly.
kids have a way of not caring about anything, and that's the way in which they show like I'm the best.
Yeah.
It's like they don't respect the culture. It's like F the culture, we here now,
Right.
I can do it, and you're making noises and turn around and calling it hip hop when you go hit a how to turn a hey get it
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and you're going, that's bar. That's not a bar, that's noise. I need you and the rest of the Guardians to come back and unite and just like, listen, we need to show y'all. It's like they like so disconnected. Hip hop is not a culture anymore. I don't feel the culture vibe. I don't feel when, as you said, Arrested Development, Big Daddy Kane, KRS-One, all
Yeah.
of these rappers went out on tours and places and things.
Yeah. Yeah.
We felt hip hop. We felt the culture. People came together in the crowds, and it was like, yeah, listen,
Yeah.
this is where it's at. Now I feel like I'm in an alien world.
Yeah. Yeah.
Showed up to a planet called Crap a Lot, and
Right.
this is the music that's I'm getting crap. It's like, come on,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
some rappers who do spit bars on, but everybody want to be the same sound. Nobody sounded like Arrested Development. Nobody.
Nah, nobody. You're right.
So
Yes.
I want that individualized. I'm here. This is what I'm putting out to the world, so you can hear me and not everybody got the same trap beat. Trap, 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 trap. It's like, let it go.
Well, bro, I take up that honor what you just said, and let me say, I feel like For the F and Love is a start of that, because, like I said, so many classic, straight up foundational hip hop kings and queens on this record. And
Yes.
then, I did a song called Back Down on our last album, Don't Fight Your Demons, which is also a classic. And I talk about what you're talking about right now, right? And then I did a documentary, which I don't know if you're familiar with, The Nigga Factory.
Bruh. Yes.
Word up. So I did that as another sort of testament to go deeper into what we're facing right now. Because I agree with you, it does feel like we're on another planet right now. And it's like, there is some intentional marketing campaigns to demean our look, our energy as a people, to lower our vibrations, and to have us really just simply plain old consumers, and that's it. And we have got to elevate ourselves. We can't wait for somebody to do this for us. We're going to have to do this ourselves. And so that's what the Nigga Factory is on YouTube. It's free. So check it out on YouTube. Part 1 and 2 is out. Part 3 is a whole nother story. It's coming soon. But check it out. I think it helps explain what you was just talking about. And then in the music, like I said, For the F and Love out now. Peep it out on Bandcamp. Tomorrow it comes out everywhere.
I understand that people to the point where they want to have no gender, no, it's like I'm man, woman, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I want to be able to look, I can't even, because this is how frustrating it is for me.
Yeah.
I've seen dudes buy the same purses as women and walk around with them and say, yo, this is my man bag, this is style, and I'm like, no, it ain't, it's a purse, stop
Right.
it. And it bothers me that they want to blend everything. It's like, you shouldn't be able to tell me what my hip hop is. My hip hop is my hip hop. I'm glad it is.
Yeah.
But don't say that that's hip hop. Just call it your music.
Yeah.
If you want to blend the blur the lines between female and male and don't want to have a gender because everything should be neutral and biased and all this other stuff because that's how you feel, well, then that's how you feel. But don't be bothered because of the fact that I don't feel that way.
Yeah, exactly.
Like in hip hop, when we had differences, you were more of a conscious rap group.
Yeah.
Then we had people who weren't conscious.
Yeah.
Or who were conscious to the fact of what was going on in their hood.
Yeah.
Then you had those who just wanted to be, you know, hood.
Yeah.
And I just want to show you what the hood is.
Yeah.
Y'all all were different. Y'all all had different speeches. Y'all all had different thoughts and ideologies.
Yep.
Put out, once again, raised us up as a people. That was the first time I could say that I listened to something that showed me as a young brother that I can step out and I didn't have to have my pants sagging off my behind.
Word up.
Or as they say, as you said in the rap, like I should be able to walk through with my woman without you pawing at her and having trying to grab at her. I should be able to walk through with my sister, this young sister next to me, I love, that I'm with, and you being a disrespectful brother, like, you know, a young man in your neighborhood, you can look, but don't touch. Don't speak, you know.
No doubt about it, bro. I agree. And, you know, the thing with hip hop is, here it is, bro. We all get hip hop as a gift, but it came from somewhere and for a reason. So we have to understand the foundations of hip hop. And so any generation from now on who wants to make it in hip hop, in my opinion, you still should study the music and what its purpose is. It came with a purpose. It didn't just come out of nowhere. And it surely didn't come from corporations and corporate greed and money and all of that. So hip hop comes with a purpose. Understand its purpose and then live in that dream. Go ahead and do what you do. Come with new styles. All of that's fine. But make sure you understand the foundations, what the whole point is. And that's what I feel a lot of the younger generation is missing, is the point of hip hop, the foundation, what the pillars of what hip hop is. And so I feel like they're needing that education. And that's what I feel like some of these records and even that verses with KRS One and Big Daddy Kane did. It helped to remind people, man, it made my heart so happy to see, you know, my man Crazy Legs, for instance, rocking still, probably 40, 50 years old. I'm not sure. I'm not trying to say his age. I don't know. But it's like, I know he's from the generation.
Oh, no. Crazy Legs is 50-something, bro.
There you go. So my man's still rocking. I love that. Like, I love Big Daddy Kane's new dancer, but he's a younger dude. I love seeing the older people still representing the culture because that's what they grew up in. They were there as infants, in a sense, with the culture. That is their original language. And I love seeing that still shining and being what it has to be. And it can teach the young people what the pillars are of hip hop: breakdancing, beatboxing, DJing, MCing, graffiti, all of these different fundamental pillars of what hip hop is. That's what this new generation can never ignore, in my opinion, if they really want to do it right. Now, if they just want to, you know, stand on our shoulders and then, you know, just crap on us, then that's what they want to do. But if they want to really live in the legacy of hip hop, they've got to understand the origins. They can take it other places, but understand the origins and what the point is.
I just want to thank you once again for being that icon, that voice in the deep, that person that has given us as a culture, as a people, a way of seeing the light. There's so much darkness in this world. I appreciate the fact that you are a beacon of light that keeps that torch going.
Salute, man.
In the world of hip hop, in the world of music, in the world of us, that you've given us the opportunity to not only hear, see, and feel what the music is, but you indeed, as the brother said, are a king. You are a young king in this world that has given us something to aspire to if we want to be kings ourselves.
Appreciate that. Mad appreciate that. And I want to show love to everybody in the crew, you know, Farida, JJ Boogie, One Love, my whole crew, the original first generation crew, Moncho Ishii, Headliner, Roz, you know what I'm saying, Bob OJ, rest in peace. Everybody, Early Tari, everybody that's in the crew and that's in the crew now and that's been in the crew. I just want to show love to them too, because I would not be here without them, and so I just appreciate them. And man, it's an honor. It's an honor to speak to someone like you who understands the culture, understands the importance of what music and art does to our culture and for our culture, and understands the need to repair our culture. Because if we don't understand that, then we'll never repair it. If we don't see it's broke, we'll never repair it.
And I had Ishe on the show not too long ago, and that was one of the things in which I did was talk to her about what a boxer girl, about the hip hop, the culture, you know, being part of the iconic group, you know, the plaques and the different things,
Yeah.
you know, that y'all were a movement, and what it was for me is the fact that y'all are still a movement. Y'all, once again, you'll give us something to aspire to. You'll give us greatness out in the world. And that's the one thing we celebrate here on this show. And I tell people this all the time. This is not something that is a fly by night. When I developed this show, it's called the Evening Experience. It's in the evening. You experience us while we experience you.
Yeah.
And I've had a lot of Grammy Award-winning artists on my show. I've had a lot of different celebrities and superstars, athletes, and everything else. But I love when people ask me all the time, "Hey, what's one of the best interviews you ever had?" I tell them the one I haven't done yet.
Word up! I love that.
When I look at you, this is why I do what I do.
Salute, brother. I love that.
This is
We're
why.
kindred spirits, united minds.
You know, it's incredible listening and watching and hearing, you know, people who have been in this industry and still care about what it does.
Yeah.
You know, that's something that is not cared about anymore. This industry is not about what they care about. It's about the machine now at this moment.
Yeah.
The machine is there, but we need voices in the world that can throw a wrench in that machine and stop it from working and saying, if you want this music, you have to take the realness, the culture, the everything that was developed it to be. Not
That's right. That's right.
Not what you use like an old lemon peel. You got all the juice out of it and you toss it to the side. And
exactly right.
To take that, put it in compost and grow another lemon.
Yep.
Grow another orange.
Where are you at? Where are you based out of, bro?
I'm in money earning Mount Vernon, New York.
Mount Vernon, word up. Rest in peace, my man. Heavy D, too.
Yeah.
Word up.
One of the brothers I love. You know, Mount Vernon has a lot of rich history. Of course, Denzel Washington. You know, a lot of people didn't know. I'm taking it way back before a lot of y'all was even born. But Art Carney from the Honeymooners. Yeah. You had Dick Clark.
Wow.
Felicia Rashad and Debbie Allen.
Wow.
Jeff Red. You know, I can keep going. Denzel. You know, Puffy when he claims us.
Right.
When he claimed Harlem on the rise. You might have been born in Harlem, but you had a paper route in Mount Vernon, New York. So
right.
Grew up. But anywho,
I love it.
Sorry, Pete Rock, CL Smooth.
That's hot. That's hot. Wow.
This little 4 square town, 4 square miles, literally birthed a lot of different of the people grew up in, learned from, lived in, you know, right here in Mount Vernon, New York. But you live in the South currently, correct?
Yeah, I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. Well, really outside of Atlanta in Fayetteville, Georgia. So it's like 20 minutes outside of Atlanta.
How does it feel? And I say this to people all the time today. I have a young lady who I love. She's one of my sisters. When I say that we're in the same fraternity. She says, "Oh, come to Atlanta." I said, "I can't come to those places that got those sundown towns."
Yeah.
I can't come to those places where if I hear, you gonna not only catch New York, you're gonna catch these hands, you're gonna catch everything.
Yeah, you'll catch everything.
Boy, I'm not your boy.
Right.
You gonna say sir? You better call me sir. I'm gonna be my man from they call me Mr. Tibbs.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be that guy, Sidney Poitier. I'm gonna be that guy because
Yeah.
y'all gonna be trying to string. Y'all gonna be trying to run me over. You're gonna be trying to do a lot of stuff because I'm not standing for it.
Yeah.
I'm a big, not small. You gonna catch every last amount of strength I got, and
yeah, exactly. I feel you on that.
I ain't gonna
No,
tell
then it, you know, like the South is probably not for you. You know what I'm saying? You're making the right decision because there is these areas and these little crooks and crannies, you know. But I will say this: Atlanta's progressive as hell, and like black people are doing some amazing things here. So there's a lot of black opportunity. There's a lot of black, you know, neighborhoods that are succeeding and doing great. And I applaud Atlanta for that. And I came from Milwaukee, where opportunity was very few. And so when I came here, I saw like a piece of Africa. And I saw a lot of, even some of the black politicians doing amazing work for black people, trust and believe, creating laws that required black people to have to be a part of major bids in the city. Creating the airport had to be black businesses helping to do that. I mean, these were progressive laws that literally put money in black people's pockets and created entire neighborhoods where
there's a lot of laws on those books that are still from when that era was.
And so, and that's the point. Like, there is a mixture here. So there's a mixture. Like, you go in the right areas, it feels like Africa, and then you go in other areas, it feels like, you know, America. So, you know, it's a trip down here. But I mean, I'll say this: for me, nature is it's a big gravitational pull for me. So like, I needed to be around nature. I needed to be around acres and acres of land. I own acres of land. And that was an important thing for my spiritual wealth. So I chose here for those reasons, you know what I mean? And came down here and made Atlanta home. But, you know, until I get to Africa to live, because I've been there, but when I get there to live there, then it'll change up. But until then, Atlanta will be home for a minute.
Okay. And speaking to Ishi, she said the same thing. She said, "No, it's different than what you think." Yeah. Okay.
Well, Ishi loves Atlanta.
I know.
She's born and raised here too. I wasn't born here. I've been here forever, so it's like it's home. But I'm born in Milwaukee. Ishi is like an Atlanta chick, boy. She's a Georgia peach through and through. You know what I mean?
Right. But I want to say, you know, thank you for being a legend. Thank you for being in the midst of the culture. Thank you for being an icon in the culture. Thank you for being someone that we can actually look up to as a brother out in the world. Thank you for being, you know, once again, for lack of better words, a beacon of light. Thank you for being a young king. Thank you for being strength in our community and showing the truth and, you know, the light in which you facilitate to have into this world. Thank you for being someone in which we respect. Now, I don't normally do this, but I'm going to bring up one of the people in our live because he wants to, you know, speak to you and give you props as being one of the icons in our culture.
Word up.
This is Corporal AK.
Corporal AK, what's up?
It'll be here in a second.
Yes, sir, but it's only right. Listen, Mac, let me tell you something, man. This brother right here, before you leave, I want you to hear this from a young brother from Far Rockaway, Queens, Edgemere Projects. Let me tell you something. No exaggeration. The song Everyday People, right?
Yeah.
At the time you dropped that, I was in the streets with a gang called the Regulators. We were out there. I was like definitely lost. Let me tell you something, brother. That song, literally, I was sitting in the house listening to your record, and I'm listening to it. I'm like, what is you listening to? Because my cousin True, he was always on to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He like, man, you ain't on this. This is the rest of the development. This dude's speech. I'm sitting there like, man, and I'm you know, I'm off. I'm like, man, glad with that mumbo jumbo, blah 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 blah. Then I'm listening to it, and I got caught. And I said, yo, bring that back. Bring that back. We listened to your song 7 times. At the time that I was going to go downstairs, don't clap yet. Watch this. This is how the Most High use people.
Yeah.
In the crib, listening to this man's music, Not going downstairs to go do what I normally do. Shots go off. Bow, 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 bow.
Wow.
Where I was just sitting at, where I was going back to, had 25 holes in it. Are you hearing me?
My phone rang. Say that one sentence again.
Okay. Listening to your music over and over again. I'm like, let me listen to this again. Because, I always rap. I was like, yo, the son going in. You know what I mean? He going in. I'm listening. I said, man, play that back. So now we up there. We young. We bugging out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shots go off downstairs right where I was sitting at, where I was going back to run these streets. Where I was sitting at, I'll get my cousin in here right now. 25 holes in the spot I was sitting. That's how I got turned on to you.
That is crazy, bro.
That's all I wanted to tell him, Mac. That's why I came in here. Yo, man, listen, I'm tired as hell, bro. I've been in the studio and everything all night. When Miss Sunshine, shout out to her, sent me that thing and let me know the brother was up in here, man. Hey, Mac, I woke myself up. You understand me?
No doubt.
Yeah,
you know this is my Nino Brown sleep shirt.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying?
You
got
me?
the Nino
There's
Brown
no
on.
way. Let me tell you something. Mac, what you've done today is so amazing. There's no way. Yo, this brother Mac has allowed me to speak to all of my mentors in music. Everybody who I looked up to. Everybody who had an impact on me in my life, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love Mac for that, man. And brother, I love you, man. Dead serious.
You, man. I love you too, brother.
Let me explain something to you, man. Next year, I'm gonna be on one of your next tracks, bro. Guaranteed.
Word up. I appreciate it.
I'm striving, I'm working. I'm not, I'm not worthy yet. I'm working. I gotta get to that level. Once I open the door and save a few lives like you did, then I'm gonna be worthy of that. You heard me?
Well, DM me, my brother. DM me. I deeply appreciate that story you just shared with me, first of all. And second of all, Mac, I agree. Like, yo, let me just say, like, all the attributes you gave to me just a minute ago, to me, I want to see more and more people out in the world be just like those attributes you said, so that it won't even be a rarity. Like, I don't want to be a rarity. I want to be a norm in our people's culture. Like, I want to be like, okay, everything you said earlier, king, you know what I'm saying, a light, all of the various things. I want all of that to be like the norm for hip hop. And I'm not saying everybody has to be the same person. I'm just saying there's different ways to bring that about. Because your experience, bro, is gonna bring light in a way that I can't bring it. My experiences is different than yours. So everybody brings the light in their way, and everybody becomes a king in their way.
Right.
And we then have raised the culture. And then we're ready to be like we were prior to slavery. Slavery is the worst part of our history. It's a small little glimpse in the worst part. I mean, the small little piece in the worst part of our history. We have ancient dynasties and kingdoms. That's what I want to see us get back to. That level of excellence. And that's what we could get to.
Yo, brother, man, let me tell you something. While you talking, I'm still, Mac, my mind is back under that building. You don't understand what I'm trying to tell you. And I'm wondering, why did the Most High use this angel right here? His words. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
to keep me sedated in one spot.
Yep.
Bugging out. Like,
and here you are today. Yep.
I literally, listen, I was thugged out. When I say they don't know what thugged out is, do they know what I was when I was young? Stupid and thugged out. That's the dumbest word in the world, right? Look. And I was making fun of the song when I first heard it, Mac. You're not hearing me. I'm like, what you in here listening to? You don't know about this moment, because I'm used to shoot him up, blah, 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 blah.
Exactly.
But for some reason, he like, nigga, yo, bro, I'm telling you, this is, and he put it on. His name is Devin Lee. We go True Blue. He's on here. You know what I mean?
Salute.
Watch this. I said, man, play that back. I'm listening. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
First I tried to rap over you. He like, nah, listen. I'm listening. I'm like, yo, this dude is talking about some real shit. And I'm listening again. I'm like, oh. Then I get caught. I'm like, play that back. Now we in there bugging. You know what I mean?
I love this, man.
And
I love this.
That's all you heard. Wow. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, but it didn't dawn on me. You feel me, Mac?
Yeah.
I went downstairs. And I'm like, yo, blood, I was just sitting right there, son. You know what I mean? I was just sitting right there. I'm young as hell. That would have been me.
Yeah.
And I've been turned on. I said, yo, this is my every word. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've been turned on to this dude ever since, man. I'm like, yo, then I start really for everything. You feel me?
No doubt.
I'm like, yo, man, this brother right here, man, is, a lot of people, they believe angels are the pictures that you draw. I believe there's certain people that walk on this earth. that the
Me
Most
too.
High used. You
I
know what I
agree
mean?
with
You
you. Yeah.
definitely, your vocals were a vessel that day. Your
Yep.
presence after that. You know what I mean?
That's hot,
Just
bro.
you know, it's just a lot of you brothers, you LL, a lot of you dudes, man, did a lot. And I'm 40 now. I'm alive because of you brothers, not because of just, you know what I mean?
Yep.
You know,
I do.
I live my life. I live my life through music. So certain things will be taught to me. You guys would talk to me through certain
Yeah.
stuff. You know what I mean?
That's hot, dude.
And I miss my old man. Oh, down, 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 down. I don't know where he at. The old head.
Baba OJ.
He
Oh,
passed.
yo,
OJ. He's
yo,
transitioned. He's passed on, but he's strong
yo,
as ever.
guess
Yeah.
what? He can still hear me. He
That's
up there
right.
with my mother. He with the ancestors.
That's right. That's
Let me
right.
tell you something, though. That dude right there, son, I'm like, yo, it's something powerful. Black. They made you proud to be black
Yes,
in the
that's
hood.
right. That's right.
And I'm from the hood. I'm from Far Rock, Queens.
Yeah.
You
That's
feel me?
right.
Last stop
Yeah.
on the A train, man.
That's
Straight up,
right.
yo. Yo,
That's
brother,
right.
man, everything you represent, man, thank you. You know what I mean? That's coming from, I don't care who on here that had I'm talking about me.
Word up.
From me to you. You know what I mean? Just thank you for everything you represented, man. You was out there trying to save lives. That's a fact.
Salute. You're right. You're
That's
very
a fact.
right. Salute. Salute.
All right, brother.
Salute,
Thank
yo.
you, brother.
Mac, I love you to death, bro. I'm about to get out of here, all right?
Sounds good, brother.
Man, this
Thanks, brother.
this right here, Mac. This got my eyes watering, man. You better stop trying to pull it off. You hear me? Stop trying to tap into my tender side. This dude's crazy. What's wrong with this brother? You know what I mean? Now I gotta go outside and eat a few rocks and some dirt just to get a little hardness back in this brother, man. What's going on here? Y'all, nah, seriously though, man. Love y'all brothers, man. For real.
Much love, brother.
All right?
Yeah, man.
All right.
I love it, man. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I love it.
But I'm gonna end it. And I want to tell you, thank you for spending an hour with me, and taking time out of your busy schedule. And once again, I want to say this is Speech from Arrested Development. Once again, it's your boy Mac 357. This has been the Evening Experience Radio Show, 7 to 9 on Thursday. Goes down. So later on, everybody come on back because I have about 6 guests coming up tonight. But I had the honor starting off my day incredibly well, incredibly lifted, and I got the opportunity to raise my consciousness as I spoke to this brother Speech from Arrested Development, and I appreciate the love, the candor, and everything that he showed to the show today. And I want to tell everybody, and if you could follow the show, it'd be greatly appreciated, brother. Yeah. My honor if you did. I
will.
But the other part is I want to let y'all know current album is getting ready to drop tomorrow. So please do the process as I said, and I'm going to add on to it now. I want you not only to buy it, I want y'all to stream it. I want you to watch the video treatments. And when they're on tour, go buy the tickets, go buy the merch, go buy everything, because this is what keeps them out into the world, doing what they do best, giving y'all an opportunity to see greatness as it unfolds, giving y'all an opportunity to raise your consciousness, giving you an opportunity to do the things which you need to do. And this is the one and only Speech from Arrested Development. It's your boy Mac 357. We here, we live, we lit. Let's get it. Hey. Salute, King.
Salute.
I appreciate you. All right, so once again, it's been your boy Mac 357. This has been the show. This is what we do. This is how we get it down. This is how we get it moving forward. This is how the culture does what it does. And I'm here. I'm talking to y'all. We in the boudoir. Let's get it. Hey, I'll talk with y'all soon. I'll see you a little bit later. Peace.